Hello, ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, friends, comrades on YouTube, to my family, and my love of my life. Hello, everybody. Last video, which was just earlier today, I did a video regarding, mainly it was about being able to visit friends and family on the road. And it's I sort of focused it on Leonard's Express, their sort of emphasis on mental health and how important it is, and how they want you to know they know how important it is. And I think that's a significant topic, which is why I kind of left it as more of a work video and not really a schedule of events. And more specifically, the folks that I really got to see, the whole, just about the whole faction of the Texas crew that is part of my family. So I kind of want to focus on that now, because again, it's mental health cleanser, and it's very important for you to be able to see the family you can't just run into any old time. So let me give you the rundown of events. It was kind of cool. So there's a lot of construction going on right exactly where that pilot is in Fort Worth at exit 65 off of 35W. And the GPSs don't know that. They've got orange signs all over the place to tell everybody where the new off-ramp is, because it's not where the GPS says it is. So I passed two off-ramps that I probably should have gotten off on, and certainly the first one I should have gotten off on was 63. So I knew that my sister and nephew and my mom were all coming to get me at the truck stop. And so I had been texting with my sis a little bit and letting her know that, I'm a half hour out and blah, blah, blah. And they were stuck in traffic, and they were going to be, having some problems, being there when they said they were going to be able to be there, which was fine. It worked out perfect. We both landed there at about the same time. So it was great, but I had to call her up and a little flustered with, I don't know when I'm going to get there. This place is wasted with off-ramp issues and construction, and I'm not driving a Datsun B210 here, you know what I mean? So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get this thing turned around. And I had to find the first 40 acres I could get to. But anyway, it worked out. It actually worked out better, because the off-ramp that I got off on was in perfect line with the truck stop. Worked out great. So I pulled in there, and it was pretty full. I got there it was a little after 6. And you get to a truck stop these days, thanks to our governmental created parking issues. You pull in 6 o'clock and you're hell bent to find a spot. But I did find a spot, I'm fortunate enough to say. So it was a little tight, as a lot of Flying J's and pilots are, very tight. And but whatever, we got her in there, and we done good. So sis, Melissa, my nephew Trit, and my mother were kind of wandering around, kind of looking out, let's see, where's he at kind of a thing. We got dialed in, and finally they were able to walk right to me, and it was great to see them. My sister, my nephew, who is 7, and my mom. And so my sister was saying, so we're going to see Uncle Clyde, because he's driving he's got a truck here. And my nephew Tristan's like, well, who's driving it? Uncle Clyde's driving it, so let's go see him. So they all got here and everybody climbed in, baby. They were all right here. Right here. My mom was sitting right there. My sis was standing right here. And nephew was right there. And they got to feel 100-degree heat in here. They loved it. They thought it was awesome to be able to have to, drive in this. It was they got to feel my love, at 100 degrees in this damn truck. So anyway, after we got done with a quick tour of, my setup and where I sleep, which is where I'm sitting right now, and my storage that I've showed everybody before, but they got to really get a good real deal look of the size of it, et cetera, et cetera. So I was glad they were able to do that, and anybody that I can do that for and can come up here and see what it's like to see these big trucks roll down the road from the inside, I'm happy to do that. And I think it's a good perspective for folks to see how high we sit, what it's like to have a sleeper, even though I've got a small one and I really want a bigger one. I really already want another truck, man. This truck's kind of annoying me right now a little bit, but story for another time. Anyways, we got through our little tour here, hopped on down, went into the Flying J, got a couple of snacks and some drinks, and hit the road. I wanted to run a little bit of recon because the GPSs that I have weren't really showing where my delivery was very well. And I didn't want to have to, search and search and search. So Melissa was really cool about running some recon for me, which was a necessity. We did that. We got to the Kroger. We checked it out. We left. My sis likes to use the GPS as well, and it wasn't cooperating and loading fast enough for her to just be able to go. So we just we got to the end of the street, Kroger Drive, which tees into the 377 and US Highway 377. She made a left and went into a parking lot and got herself dialed in, and then we turned and took off and went right straight back past the distribution center. And when we did that, we went straight to the freeway, and we're like, well, hey, there you go. You just go up the freeway, get off at Heritage, and you're there. Because this thing ended up taking us to all these neighborhoods, and I'm thinking, well, I don't see any trucks here, man. So I don't know if this is really the right way to go here. So we thought, okay, now just go, straight up the freeway from the truck stop, and work your way down this street. Okay, fair enough. We'll do it that way. I got the windows open, folks, because it's warm and humid, and my damn curtain is blowing out the window. Would you stand by a moment? Hopefully that thing will stay there. Sorry. Banging around, and I don't want it to break the glass. So anyway, we figured out this was going to be a better route, right? So once I got here, I looked on my $900 GPS, plugged in where I needed to go, and there was an even easier way yet. So I ended up taking that route, but we still needed to run some recon, so I knew what was going on. I'm glad we did. I'm really glad we did. And it was very cool of Sis to be able to just do it with, like, hey, let's go check it out, So we did all that, and then Sis took us to my folks, and we visited for a little bit. She gave me a lovely little care package that I left in my mom's car. I'm such an idiot when it comes to that stuff. So anyway, I did eat some things out of it right then and there, but yeah, it's in the back seat of your car. So thanks, Sit. I really appreciate it, and I'm so sorry that I left it sitting in the folks' car, but it wasn't sitting right with my backpack. It was down on the floor, and I just forgot to grab it. So sorry about that, but what a bitchin' gesture. You know, my sister taking care of me. Healthy snacks, you know, heart healthy stuff, and you know, she thinks like that, so bless her heart for that. It was all good stuff. I had, I think, one of at least everything except for the jerky. I didn't do any of that, or the sausage links, or whatever they're called. So anyway, sorry and thank you for that, because they were delicious, but now I don't have them. So sorry about that. After we visited with my folks for a little bit, racked out, man, I slept like a stone. It was wonderful to sleep in a real bed with a ceiling fan above me that was just perfect, and being at my folks' place was just as perfect. Got up this morning, and my nephew hit me up, Micah. He's my oldest nephew, and hits me up. It's like, hey man, when are you bailing? Can we hook it up? So we're like, yeah man, let's do it. So we went to a place called, I wrote it down, Tender Smokehouse. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, I choked down no problem. Lovely rack of spare ribs, man. They did it right. They were good. Ooh, my goodness. So it was nice to be able to see Micah and Allison, my nephew and niece-in-law, and we got to visit for, you know, a lunchtime. I don't know, we probably a little more than an hour. And you know, when you're trucking and you roll into somebody's, you know, new town, family or friend, to be able to see them for, you know, an hour and some change is a bonus. You know, I saw my brother-in-law in Kent, Washington for 15 minutes, and it was great. We had a great conversation. We, you know, chit-chatted for the whole time my truck was being unloaded in the dock. It was fantastic. But to get to have more time than that was just as good. I mean, it was wonderful. So after we had lunch, hopped back in the rig, and Mom dropped me off right at the truck, front door service. And then, so that was that. Got myself pre-trip, ready to go, and got unloaded, and the rest is history. So now I sit here overnight and all day tomorrow and wait for my 5:30 appointment. 7 miles from where I was. I came 25 miles up the road and reserved a spot, which I rarely do. Matter of fact, this is the first time I've ever done it. But I knew I wasn't going to get here till late, and I didn't. I got here after 8, and so had a spot waiting for me, and it was easy enough to get in, even though it's a blind back in, which is so stupid. I don't know why truck stops set up like that. It's a truck stop. You'd think they know that instead of having the trucks line up this way, they should line them up this way. Why would you have us looking blind? It's just ridiculous. They've got plenty of room to shift all of these parking spots from over this way to this way. Why wouldn't you just do that? It's just absurd. I'll never understand. There's a place in Oregon that's like that too, in Twin Falls. Actually, it's in Jerome, I believe. And they're backwards. The parking stalls are backwards, just like they are in Rome, Texas. Thank you very much, pilot. Anyway, there's nobody on either side of me just yet. There was nobody on either side of me when I backed in blind. It was easy enough, but still stupid. Shouldn't be like that. So tomorrow I'll leave here about 4:30. Got an appointment at 5:30 at Lineage. Pick up a dairy load and back to Caldwell, baby. So that was a lovely visit with my sister, both of my nephews, my niece-in-law, and my folks. Didn't get to see Jason, but maybe we'll get to see him next time I'm rolling through. And I hope you're well, bro. So next family up for visitation is my Chicagoland factor. They're up in the Chicagoland area, and I definitely want to be able to see them. My brother told me one time here not too long ago, he's like, dude, I'm bound and determined to run into you, to see you in your truck. So hopefully we'll be able to work that out real soon. and I'm anxious to do that with my Chicago faction. So that's what we're doing. Head's swiveling here. I've already been hit up by some lady that was wondering if I had a extra shower I could give up, and yes, of course I do, but I'm not. Thanks. I'm not down with that stuff. I don't do that. So I think I have 4 showers on the books, and I'm going to use them. Anyway, I don't know. Some people look at it different. Yeah, here, sugar, I'll give you a freaking shower, but I don't play that. Honestly, it creeps me out. I don't do that shit well. So, no, thanks. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. So, heads a swiveling here, folks, because that's clearly there's folks like that hanging out in the front by the store, and I don't like it, and I don't need it. So the head swivels, the head stays up. We're constantly scanning everywhere we look. Okay? You please do the same. Thanks for watching again. You know who love you. You know who love you. I've already said this earlier today. Have a great night. Peace.